Who's on first? Who's on second? Have you ever seen that, anyone? One on. Edgar Lee. Well done, Edgar Lee. He's the man. Gypsy John. Are you Gypsy John? You're right, son. Love you a bit. RLO. Hello. Daz. Hello, Daz. Hiya, Robson. Love you a bit. Great lad. Cyrus. Oi, oi! Oi, oi! Indeed, Duffy, that. If you listen on, go on the rave clubs, you can hear, if you go and make the Eclipse, you'll hear the Eclipse. That was the music and what we were doing in 1991, 92. If you go in there and listen to that, you'll hear it. And if you go into Manhattan's or the Powerhouse, I'd listen to Jimmy G Force, you can hear him shouting, Big Brad Cocker in the house. And then later on, you hear him singing again, Big Brad in the house, the original Eclipse posse. The Eclipse was my club that I had. Well, it was owned by two of the lads. So we had that between the three of us. And we used to make a fortune on the doors. He's now saying that fucking fat tub of dog shit who written that book. It was a load of fucking dog shit. That pathetic fucking book there, look. Look at the state of that for the cover. Look at the fucking state of that. That looks nothing like me at all. It must have been blind whoever fucking done it. Because it's got blue eyes. I've got brown eyes, you fucking backward fucking. He is backward, that cunt. He is fucking backward. He's big fat hippopotamus fucking person where he lives with, known as the town bike. The town bike was known as where she's lived. Or he said one night he had a live one. Like I'm talking news now and CM is here, so talking, I forgot about it. They carried on. He was going, you've slept with him. And she was going, and he said, and she was going, you have sex with young boys. She was shouting back to him. He was going, yeah, you fucked all them down in Harrogate. You're known down there as the town bike. And that's how we got the sage from off him. Edgar Lee, Gypsy John, read the D, Ricky D. Here we go, Anthony Lund. Bry Reese, oi, oi. So that you can hear Jimmy G Foss saying there, oi, oi, in Redcar. It's Rick, it was a Redcar Seafront. We used to go there. It was run by a called Happy, Pakistani lad, and I used to run the door there. And Lee Little, who's been on, it was Mr. Britain and Mr. Britain overall, great lad. Lee used to at the door there with Mickey Storr and the Jones brothers, great boxers. These are proper boxers, not the fucking bullshit cunt. No, I got to the semi-finals. No, sorry, I'm lying. Quarter-final, semi-finals, 3 years in a row. And in the book he puts, you won't believe this, he put in here, Emma's found this, she's going to read it tomorrow to you. He's put in there, he said, I was doing really well with me boxing. I was making a living out of boxing. What a fucking crank. Never made a penny out of boxing. He never even fought. So he's got it's all about him. That's like, Brian Cockerill, Jamie. It's all the way fucking through. I did this and I did that. And it's supposed to be said it was about, you were doing a book about fucking Bill and Ben, the Plowpot men. And it was about them, and you'd say what they were after. It was about a doctor such and such, a surgeon, whatever. You'd use that name. You wouldn't be putting your own name as the author. You'd have your name as the author on the book, but you wouldn't keep, I did this, and I wrote that book, and I wrote this book, and I wrote that. No, you didn't write none of the books. You dictaphone people. You give it to your wife, Shirley, who's types on the typewriter, and Shirley, you have this 34 spellings or 37 spellings and 34 pages wrong. So how the fuck are you a legalized secretary? You're not a legalized secretary. My sister is a social worker for 30 odd years. There's no way you were a secretary, legalized secretary, not with the spelling mistakes and not with the state of the typing. So you'd have absolute big balloon. You had a big balloon, Shirley, a one big balloon. Big fat fucking balloon you are, a big balloon. Do a big fan message for him. Gypsy John, my nephew's D-O-E, is that a big fan? Is that you, Joe, son? Love you to bits. Gypsy John, come and see us anytime. Bring the band with you, mate. No problem. Bobby Lee, Graham McCorbett. Donna, how you love? You're okay? Love you to bits. Lovely lady, Emma, really good friends. AJ Tracy, BTI, my brothers, Idolus, your big up on your recovery. Thank you very much. I'm getting there, but it's still been terrible on the right side today. But that idiot's going, we've got people coming around your house in 4 weeks. We know you've got a growth in the loft. But you know fucking more than me, you fucking crank. And we know your garage is full of cannabis plants. So he's doing that. So the police see it and raid me. It's you fat cunt. Fatty Boyle. Fatty Boyle. Fatty Boyle. Fatty Boyle. Why don't you ever fight with me, coward? Why don't you fight me, shitbag? You fucking shithouse you are. C7 traps for Mr. MD7A. Yeah, he's just a complete fucking dingbat. Wants to fight me when I was in a wheelchair. Now I'm not in a wheelchair. The cowards ran away from Teesside. Anthony Lunn, you're a legend. You are a legend. But this fucking idiot, I'm still living here. I was just talking Irish Bull, love him a bit. Papa, another great lads, all great lads on here. Steve Mack, all the lads who can have a fight, you know, proper lads, all nice lads. They all get on with me. I'll get on with all them. But Hugh Hardberg, another great lad, Scottish. I've got to be great if he's from Scotland. Paul, Rob and Paul talking to each other. Dad, did you ever find out who set fire to car? Did Dad, my car? Oh yeah, they found out Dad's within 20 minutes. 20 minutes. The mum of the kid who did it from Birmingham, I won't mention his name. I've got his five brothers and sisters' names and addresses within 3 hours, 4 hours. I got the lot. I got the mum and dad's address, and his mum was going, oh, he's only fucking done it again, like swearing in the bingo. Sat like to nosy Mavis say, and Mavis went, oh, it's her son. He's only 15. He smashed Brian Crocker's house up and it went all over. But then they were texting at school. Oh, all right, bro, you doing? He's going, oh, yeah, I'm all right. How you doing? I done that. What do you mean? Who smashed the window? I did it. It's somebody called Cockerill. I don't know who he is. But what he did, that fat, greasy, fat cunt and that fat, fucking horrible, dirty, filthy things he goes out with, they told them that we were paedophiles in the house and we'd raped the son and the daughter. That's what they'd done. I went and told them we were rapists. They'd done the same with Dale Brendan Hyde, who was an author from Wakefield when he felt them. They said he was a paedophile. They'd done the same with Simon Ambler. They got Simon Ambler and said Simon got raped as a kid. He was in care homes and he was telling fat fucking smelly Doyle, piece of dog shit, pure dog shit you are. And I told you had dog shit. A day I bump into you, I can't fucking wait. I really can't. I can't fucking wait till I bump into you, you fat cunt. I'll just give you a couple of quid. I will give you a fucking couple of quid, all right? You horrible cunt. Wanting to rape my wife, wanting to bum my dog, wanting to kill my brother, wanting to put my videos of my dead brother, saying I was there watching my dead brother get raped when he was 5-year-old and watching him and playing with myself. You are fucking definitely twisted and warped in the head. You want to be like Paul Sykes, you're worse than Paul Sykes. You're laughing about children being raped and you wonder why people are fucking pointing at you. You wonder why your house has been obliterated. So anyway, getting back to these with the car. One was 15-year-olds, one was 16 who smashed the car from Birmingham. One was 31. He was from Blackwall Way. He's got a lock up there. I haven't been to see him. But the 16-year-old got old. He's 16-year-old. When they went and stole the motorbike, as you seen him with the firebombed the car, he got caught by the lad a couple of days, 2 or 3 days later, whose bike it was. And the lad fucking booted him all over and stamped all over his head and bruises and black and all. Could see he kicked the fucking definitely. And they booted him all over the place because these are top fighters. He's from Middlesbrough. He stole the wrong fucking bike. And the other one is just running out of the town. But Fatty Boyles and both shit themselves. Phoned the police because they owed money to them kids who smashed when they threw that firebomb. They smashed my windows one night. 2 days later, they said they were going to do it again. They're called Gary Smasher, which is you, Doyle. We know it's you, Fatty Boyle. And he keeps sending me, Gary Smasher, come to your house. Well, fucking come to my house. I can get up now and I'll run down the fucking street after you. You fucking fat pudding. So he got young kids, 15-year-olds, 17, like that. And so we could have went to the place and had them arrested and all that, but we didn't. We just left it because we thought the best thing to do is he's a bad good items. They've been done in. And then the mum sent messages saying, look, we're really sorry this happened, the other, blah, blah, blah. I said, it's not really the kids. I said, it's that dirty cunt. I said, can you just let me know what happened? And they told us. They said he said that the raped the brother, I think it was, and the sister, like the lads who was paying for it. That was you fat cunt, Boyle, wasn't it? You big fat greasy cunt, pretending we'd raped you fucking. Well, let me tell you this: your brother can't stand you. Your brother threw you out your fucking house. Your cousin can't stand you. Your dad threw you out because you caught you in bed with Paul Daniels. Remember that Paul Daniels, the magician? He was only sleeping with him, 15-year-old. He was sleeping with Paul Daniels' as son. And when Paul Daniels' son was doing a growth in Middlesbrough, he was staying at the house with him, and his girlfriend was no, they like from down Scrumpy Jack to ring this. She talked like that. And Boyle got caught with gear. He got caught with heroin. He went to jail for it on remand, and he grassed him up, that Paul Daniels. He got 3 years. You got him in jail, you fucking snitch. And then you were on this Brian Bad Egg, him. He is a fucking bad egg. He's the egg, goes on, umpa, dumpa, doopy-dee-doo, and the egg goes on, eat, it goes down the bad egg one. That's him. Fucking horrible. And Shirley, his missus, there's no the fat one who eats the stuff, and she goes like that, whoop, and she goes up there, he's done that there. She's calling people overweight, and she's calling people names, and she's sat there, never stops eating. She's a fucking, like, you can catapult a food onto her. That's what she's like. I mean, I'm not taking the piss. I know loads of people overweight. There's nothing wrong with that, but she's calling other people names, and he's calling people paedophiles, and he's writing books on paedophiles like Paul Sykes. Sykes used to rape young boys in fucking jail. Everyone knows. Every single top villain I know Sykes was a nonce. And he was going, oh, he wasn't like that. And then you came out and said, well, he used to go, and his sister, when he come and stayed with her, the sister said, I wish I had a normal brother who loved me and cared for me, big brother, instead of this horrible monster who used to come in my bedroom every night and rape me. And he went, oh, I can't put that in the book. And you know why he couldn't put that in the book? Because nobody would have bought the book. So he papered over the cracks of that. Kept all that out, didn't you, Mr. Boyle? You kept that out, didn't you? B-O-I-L, Boyle. You kept that out, didn't you? But I've let let everyone know what you are. He is a sadistic, horrible cunt, he is. The thing is with him, he can't handle it because the truth's out now. Paul Cresswell, right, son. So what's happening now? Autistic Man, another great lad. See, maybe we've got lovely people on here, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do with the book. I'm going to set the cunt alight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to burn every page of the evil bastard's book, because to me, the resurrection should have been Jesus, not me. It was that daft cunt who come up. The fucking thing thought it was great. And then I said to him, look, you fucked this book up. I never got to proofread it. And I said, I'll do the one with you, which was Once Upon a Time in Teesside with Lee Duffy. So he started again. I gave him 50,000 words about me and Lee. It was over the weekend. He was arguing with her. She was arguing with him. And I think she'd gone. So I was talking on the phone and Dick the phone. I keep phoning because I'm on my own. I kept messaging him. But no, this is marvellous. He said, I thought, he came on, he said, I've just spoken to Brian Cockerill. He's just given me a lesson on the Lee Duffy. I thought I rinsed him out, meaning like he used everything he can on the books and the documentary that was now left. He's just reeled about 30 to 40 stories. I've never even heard of them. You wouldn't have heard of them because you were 9-year-old, but me and Lee Duffy running the town. You were a little kid in the school playground, but we were men running the town. And when Lee died, you never met him either. So you never met Lee Duffy, so you knew nothing about him, only pub stories, unless you know people. I could have I'm a fatty, Rock said. Doesn't matter if you're fucking fat, I'm a fucking fatty. So it doesn't matter, mate, but I'm saying, calling people fat when she's fucking 20 odd stone and like laughing at people, just a vile bastard she is. But Dad's jealous people of Brian, that's why they tell lies. Well, that's what he's doing, Daz, because he's got nothing left now. No one wants to know him. No one's going to do a book. And he kept saying, Brian's lying, Brian lie, all the shite he's been saying. But don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. 116 on 29. Last night we got nearly 150. I think it's 150 likes after last night because of what he's done to people. So I've got to thank Sean Atwood again. Sean Atwood did the book. Now what happened is you do a book. You do a Kindle Fest. So that comes out a month before the paperback comes out because that's electric book, right? So you put that out and people can't wait for it. So you get that. So you'll sell thousands of that before it comes out. I got 132 quid and he said it was the bestseller. Well, I know it was bullshit. It wasn't the bestseller, but he said it was. So why do you only get 132 quid? When I did the Taxman book, was Steve Richards. That book, I got $6,000. I got $6,000 in 6 months. So it was £1,000 a month I was making. And that was, I think it was fucking 17 years ago. 2004 it was. So all that time ago, so you're Autistic Man, thank you very much, brother. You're a legend. So all that time ago, there was only a few newspapers and things you could get in. So now with the technology of this, we've got like these, what, how many thousands of fucking people? 35,000 even. So we've got them people plus all the other podcasters. So Brian's got his book coming out and Exposure and Steve Rafe and all these different people and helping you and Sean Atwood and James English. So I went to all them different places, built up the book, built up the platform to get fuck all off him. He paid me 132 quid for the audio book when it first come out, the Kindle. Then the paperback come out. Now when I went to, it was called Bookwell, just near where the bus stops in Middlesbrough. So I went down there. She was called Donna, but not funny enough, the same Donna on here. Ian Beale, Jelly Deal, Sam Westall, Tommy Robinson. Fucking hell, you've come up there quick, haven't you? Yeah, Autistic Man, great lad. Glenn McGlay's back, and he's still at Christmas, Emma. You're going to never come out at Christmas, Santa Claus. Glenn Monmouth, another great show. No way did Boyle know about Duffy. No, you can't, mate. There's no way he could know. There's no way he'd pretend. Oh, I heard a man and I spoke to a policeman. It's all he fucking goes on about. How many police? But we all know you do speak to the police because you've had about 20 of my different people on here who are good people. You've made statements about them. You've lied, but you've perjured yourself and nothing happens to you. I've now been on bail now. Not bail, I was on bail for 3 months. I've been on further another 2 months, 2 months, 10 days. I've been on now, hold on, 3, 4, 5 months, 10 days. I've been on this fucking shite when he's got me on. I've phoned up 37 times over this period. Emma's phoned up. They won't give us we'll get back to you tomorrow. Get back, just take the fucking piss because they're your friends. And that's what you do. You've got the police, as Marie Howard said, using the police as a shield against people and hurting people and getting people locked up. You've got Maria locked up. She's got a kid who's got autism and a one with ADHD. One's 16 or one's 10-year-old. They were left in the fucking house by the police on the fucking own. But I think she was locked up for 16, 17, 18 hours. She had just getting over cancer. She had fucking stitches in. You fucking low-life, horrible fucker. But she stood up there and you shit yourself. Johnny Jump, another great legend. So he's now going on Brian's fucking crackers. Brian lost the plot. No, Brian come forward. So what happened? I said to him, can I have the invoices? He went, yeah, no problem. So I got the invoice, no invoices. So I thought there's something not right here because with John Blake Publishing, that's the company. John Blake Publishing, one of the biggest companies in England. When you're in with them, your name's got to be big. You've got to be somebody big because they won't pick you unless you're like well known. And when I've already done all the other books with them, they were happy to do books with me. So Brian's a household name. He said, John, lovely man, John. These contacted John Blake Publishing, tried to slag me. I've got the text of John and I've got the text of what they sent him. You've done work with Cockerill. He's pulled the plug on 2 books. Yeah, I pulled the plug on and the document. Get it right. I pulled the plug on 2 books and I pulled the plug on the documentary. And you were going to give me double the money to do it if I did it. And I went, no, because I'm not lying about anyone. It doesn't matter if it's Tom, Dick, Harry, fucking John, Andrew, whatever. I'm not going to call someone names if it's not true. I'm not going to put stuff in a book if it's not true because I wouldn't like done to my family or friends or anyone. So I wouldn't like done to me. So I always think to myself, would I do that? If somebody did that to me, what I feel like? So I thought, I'm not doing that, telling lies about Lee Duffy. Stealing out of pound shops in 1991, there was none. Fucking lying all the time about Lee Duffy. Said he was the Terminator, punching everyone, beating them up, and going in and taxing like a couple, say, man and a wife. Husband's worked all week, being in British Steel, made 500 quid, paid his food bills, got his food in, paid his bills, and took his wife out for a meal. He's having a meal in the restaurant. And Lee Duffy just walked straight in, took the fucking food off him, started eating his food, and then took his money, £300 off him. Never happened. Fucking lies, absolute lies. And that's why I stopped the book. And you went, I'm going ahead without you. I said, well, go on then. It's called plagiarism. That's a big word, isn't it? Plagiarism means theft of somebody's book. So Kevin Brown, God bless him, he helped us. Kevin's very clever. And he said, well, you go with this. Brian. He gave me a story about Lee that no one knew. No one. Only him, Lee, and 2 girls. That was the only people who knew the story. I think Carol knew it. That was it. No one knew. So the lad told me the story. He said, well, that story I'll give to Mr. Cockerill. If that's in the book, I'm going to sue you, he said. So anyway, they didn't go ahead with the book. They couldn't do it because it was my book. So he was going to go ahead and keep it. So on the night when the book's supposed, what happened is, I got hold of Robert Brenton, who's the owner of War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. Now, when I went to court, I told you, the judge said, War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press, I've just done an internet search. They don't exist as an entity. He said, if they're not an entity, they're not paying tax. So they thought, we've got ear fuckers. So they've been fraudulently. So what do you think they've done now? They've shut the shop. They've sold all the books for pennies. The books were 15 quid. They went to 1.99. Then they went to 99 pence. Now he's give them away. He's give books away for 0.000 fucking pence. So I spoke to the lady from the Amazon. She went, the reason why he's doing that is cleaning shop. So the HMC Custom, they're coming for you anyway. You fucked. You both of you are fucked. When you're involved with HMC Custom, they've got more power than fucking James Bond. They're that powerful. They can go in with there's a cartel on, and they'll say, right, we're taking over now. And they can't do that about it because they've got priority. Because that money there is the King's money, the King of England's money. You stole the King, Great Britain. So you stole that fucking money now. So that there, they won't give in to him for, man, it's fucking shit. Yeah, he's full of shit. You're all right, mate. Every time, Cartman, I come on. So then he's saying I'm lying about the court cases. So as you all know, I brought the court letters down. I've got 45 or 40 maybe 50 letters. I think there's more than 50. So I've got 50 letters from the courts. This went on for like 2.5, 3 years, back and forth to court hearing conferences, because he said, we walk free from the magistrates. Well, the magistrates is at a criminal court. You can't go to the criminal courts for a civil court hearing. You have to go to the combination court, which is the Crown Court judges deal with it. In the combination court, civil court in Middlesbrough, that's where you go. So she went, we walk free from the magistrates. Well, let me tell you, the magistrate, Shelley, you don't do your due diligence. I do mine every time. My IQ's through the roof. Yours is fucking that, nothing. So you then said, we walk. You know why you can't go? One is it's a criminal court and it's a civil court here we were up for. And two was the COVID was on. So 2021, I think it was, the COVID come on and every courtroom was shut down and every place was shut down in Great Britain. So how could you have walked into the magistrate's courtroom, talked to the fucking people in the court and did a case in there when everywhere was shut down? No, what we did is we got conference court hearings off the judge. You put a bundle in, like electronic bundle, you'd send an email to the judge and tell him what you want. Then you would give your name, Tommy Smith, Andy Jenkins, Brian Cockerill, Teddy Dicko, blah, 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 Judge Cook. So Judge Cook said to you, what are you here for today, Mr. Cockerill? I said, I'm here for today, Your Honour, for the invoices from the book. He said, well, what, Mr. Brenton, who's the owner of War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press, he said, I've just done an internet search. Them two companies don't exist, so you can't sue them. I was like, fucking hell. So he said, but what we'll do? So anyway, he said, can I go? Boyle said, yeah, you can go. It's free. So he went out the court. He wasn't in the court, but he come off the phone call and put the phone down. But he didn't know what was said after that. So what he done is he recorded up to where he was on, because he was on the phone till then. So he had that recording of the courtroom. Now, by law, you're not allowed to record in a courtroom. It's perjury, right? And it's also for the cost of justice. You're not allowed to take, when you see the newspaper men, you don't see them with cameras. They get sketch artists and that and draw the people in the dock and stuff. So he didn't know this. So what he done is he recorded a magistrate's hearing. And then he went, can I go? And the voices went, this voice come up and my name, and I went, Brian Cockerill, blah, 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 the Judge Cook. He went, can I go free now? And then the lips went on the judges about 3 or 4 seconds afterwards. So it was like dubbed. So what happened? The judge got hold of it, contacted me and said, to let you know, Mr. Cockerill, Mr. Boyle's being charged for contempt of court. He was charged for contempt of court, and he had to write to them. I've got the email still off the judge, and it said it's illegal for an explicit court recording to record anything whatsoever. So he was done for contempt of court, but he's saying there's no court cases. So if there's no court cases, why have I got the letter upstairs off the judge and the email off him saying that you were done for contempt of court? You got done for contempt of court. So then Rob Brent said, yeah, it was done in War Cry Publishing, but there's 10 people work for him. No, there wasn't. You pretended you worked as a T-boy. When the judge asked you on the day, he said, well, what do you do? He said, oh, the pages were created for me. I'm like the manager of it. And I'm like a T-boy. He said, I'm just like like a ghostwriter. He said, I have nothing to do with the company. I don't own it. And that's why he could go free. So he could go. But then the judge said, when he went, he never heard this. The judge said, but Mr. Cockerill, if you think at any part of the indictment, if you think at any part in this case that Mr. Boyle's involved, you can bring him back in the indictment if you want. But as of today, we can't sue him. So then what they had to do is Brenton had to make a new company called Rubik's. So Rubik's was created because the other companies were false. So all that time they were selling books, but there was no money getting paid in on revenue, HMC Customs. They kept like, he's lying. So I went to court, drove his fucking mental, but I've got all the letters, I'll put them all on here. If you see proof I've won the court case, if you put that in, you'll see it on here. I bring all the letters forward. So now he's saying, when I put the letters up, I showed you his name, the address, everything on the court hearings and the court letters and the dates and everything. When the judge said, well, what have you given Mr. Cockerill proof of royalties? He went, nothing. He went, nothing over a year, no proof. And he went, oh, full disclosure, Mr. Cockerill. He went, I'll have that within 48 hours. That's what you said, Mr. Brenton. You never give me it. And now it's over 4 years later, you still didn't give me it. So when the last time I went to court, we were up for the trial. So he goes in the trial and he said, right, he's going to have to give it today. And the judge was talking to me. They never turned up for the courtroom hearings. They never phoned on the phone. So I was talking to the judge. So he said, anyway, what happened is Brenton turned up then. He come on the phone. Sorry, I'm late. So he said, okay. So, but what he said to me, he said, I'm just going to change this amendment. He said, because you've got it for War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. They don't exist. So I'm going to have to rechange it. So the judge, God bless him, Judge Gargan, God bless you. Judge Gargan typed it all out with me for 30 minutes, talking to me, typing that out. He said, no, that's done, Mr. Cockerill. So you can sue if they do have War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press as umbrella companies, and you sue Rubik's, which is the new company, that'll bounce off both companies. So you'll be able to sue whatever one that's got the money, you'll be able to get your money back. So then he said to me, but I've got a feeling what they're going to do, they're going to pull the rug from under your feet, the carpet or rug. I said, we go bankrupt, yeah, you've got it in one. So what they'll do, they'll reduce the books, and that's what they've done in the last few months. They've reduced the books to nothing, and they've given them away, and that's called cleaning your house, so you've got nothing left. But the idiots don't realise the books you've given on Amazon is all registered. The people have paid had been sent to your bank account, and then they send them to your bank accounts, then you send the books out. So it's called the paper trail. So every time, say, Tommy buys one, Johnny, Andy, Julie, Louise, Sarah, whatever, all these people buy books with the name and address. It goes to the name person's address. It goes to their bank. That bank sends it to that person. It goes back to Amazon. Then Amazon give it back to Brenton. Then Brenton pays Jamie Boyle and Shirley Boyle, and that's how we've got you caught. So you've been caught with a paper trail, and you've lied. So when the woman's looked into him, she went, Mr. Cockerill, you're 100% right. She said, I've got one in America, do one for in America. They're still trying to sell the book in America. So she's doing one in America, the American woman. She came out of nowhere. She said, I'm a Christian, just like you. I've been listening to what you said, and I can help you in America. And then another lady from England's come forward, and she's been doing it, but she's been in hospital for 2 weeks. She's been poorly. She phoned me 2 days ago and said, don't worry, it's going nowhere. Because when we went up for the court hearing for the trial on the trial day, Boyle never turned up. Brenton was on the phone. He said to Mr. Brenton, I said, look, the day you're on it, I just want to draw a line in the sand. I want to move on. I just want my book back. He went, well, I'm glad you're thinking that way, Mr. Cockerill. Well done to you. Really well done to you. He said, what's going on with his book? So he went, I'll give it to Sean. I'll get Sean to contact you, Brian. I'll get it. So he said, well, what's happened, Mr. Cockerill? Because what he done, he gave me a piece that I got upstairs. He gave me a piece. He said, Brenton, right, Brenton, you now, Mr. Brenton, have to send Mr. Cockerill a piece of a letter. And in that letter, you've got to put, I give consent to Mr. Brian Cockerill, his date, his address and everything, that he can now go into Amazon, Spotify, all different good shops, Goodreads, Waterstones, all different, whatever outlets right across the world, electronic, paperback, whatever. Mr. Cockerill, if Mr. Cockerill finds any books anywhere, you now have to give him the information. So what the bastard done, he took everything off all the other places, but we couldn't get the information off them. So we couldn't get it. So what we've done is we tried to get it through Amazon, but they said, without you being the policy holder, it's like me, they say, Tommy Jenkins, Barclays Bank, they'll say, well, what's your serial number or your code or your PIN number? And without that policy number, you can't get it. So the lady then came out, she said, the one from America, she went, you can get it. What you do wrong, she said, It's not Amazon who own Amazon. It's Kindle, Amazon. And in Kindle, she said, you won't believe this. I went, what? She went, I worked for the fraud department. I worked there for 10 years. So the woman on the fraud department's checked. So all the books have been took off the shelves. There's no books left. So if I'm lying, Mr. Boyle, why don't you get the books back up? Where's the books gone? Why has all the books gone down? Why don't you sue me or say he's lying about this and take me to court? Why don't you get the police onto me? I think you would do if you knew it was lies, because you can't do fuck all because it's a civil case. I've won it. And I was given permission off the judge to go into all these outlets. So that's what I've done. So I've now give the letter to the lady who works for Kindle, Amazon. They own, and that's why we're getting nowhere. You try and get on Amazon, you get a beep, beep. And now this is like a robot comes on, fucking tried 100 times, couldn't get through. So this lady's now in there talking to us. And she said, it's absolutely disgusting. They're not happy with that. They weren't happy with their 63% they're getting, Brian. 62.5%. I was getting 37.5%. That's exactly what it was. They weren't happy with getting 2/3 of the book. They've took all your book. They've took all the money out of the. They've took all the money with the War Cry Pubs and War Cry Press. They've even done it with Rubik's. Everything they've give you like £1.75 one month, 35 pence another month. Just taking the fucking piss. Give me £3 a month. Now the book I'm supposed to get roughly £4, £5 a book, £4.80 I think it was. I'll say £5. He's given me 37 pence, £1.37, £2.20. I haven't been paid now, me and Emma, for over 2.5 years, not one penny. Doesn't give us anything 2.5 years. But the great thing is, with that paperwork what I've got, she said, if you've got that, the one from America and the other than Helen, the other one, they've said, if you've got that of the judge, that's a Crown Court judge ordering them to give you the information. Now, what you can do now, I can get you disclosure because the judges ordered it. So I'm going to get disclosure off the bank. I'll get disclosure off Amazon, Kindle Amazon. But they said then we have to then contact HMC Customs and Trading Standards because they broke everything. So when they've heard that, they've done a runner from their house. Boyle's fucked off. Him and his fat wife are fucked off. Pie shop. And Brenton's fucked off. Brenton sold his Rolls Royce. He had a Rolls Royce. He had 2 big pound shops. They've gone. And he's sold all his other businesses. And he's also sold the place where he used to. This is where the kicker is for everyone. He had his own printing machine. So he was printing the books, the dirty bastard, and saying to people, I've done you 1,000, but he was doing something like 2,000. He was just filtering them in. And you didn't know. So he had his own printing machine, and it was in 3 Baileygate, Pontefract. It was a row of buildings, and there was a gymnasium in one of the buildings, and there was weights, and there was like keep fit people. Marty Turner, God bless his soul. Love you, Marty. He went with him. And when he got there, it was pouring down raining, and he got there, and Brenton was outside, and the machine was there, the print machine. So what's going on? And he went, I want him out of my building. You owe me £11,000. He'd even ripped the fucking man off who was renting the building off to put the fucking press in. Brenton, you fucking low life. Even the man, the Asian lad it was, he said it was an Asian lad, God screamed at him and brought his son and everything. So the man who owned the pub across the road said, well, you can put it in my pub if you want now, because he knew him. So they took the machine into the pub, took up 2 flights of stairs, this machine, but printed the books. So when he's 10 years, he could have done 10,000 books for all we know. But the only thing is, the only thing he's fucked with is sorry to swear all the time, he annoys me to death. So the only thing he can't do, because he's put them in Amazon, you go on Amazon, they expect 40% off you. But then they sell somebody buys the book off them, then they send the money. Brenton will send the books to them, and he'll send them to a place called Gardner's. Gardner's the biggest wholesale company in the world. They sell books all over. So they're selling for you for a percentage. So he said, we were only getting £1.11 a book. That's what he said to the judge. So £1.11, is that right? Well, how come when Marty Turner went to court and Marty Turner, Kev Brown went for him, his Mackenzie friend, he went in and he got the books. You were getting £8.70 a book. So that meant we were getting £4 each, roughly £4 each a book, over £4 a book. And you're telling the judge lies. So Kevin went out and Kevin got, say, 6 different shops, say, Waterstones, Amazon, Kindle, whatever, all different places he got the stuff from, where they sent he even went to a place, they call it, in Piccadilly, for Waterstones, the main shop, head office. So they had Boyle was putting books in Middlesbrough. So I went and he was called, what's he called? I fucking name now. It wasn't Paul. What was he called? Tim or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was Tim or something like that. And he was from Glasgow, because I could tell he's got the accent. He went, Jamie. So I was stood with him. I was looking at my other books, Scottish Hard Bastard and all the other books I did for years ago. And I heard him say to him, listen, you've given me the ISPN numbers, like registration on a car. So the ISPN number is the name of the book, which is there. That's it on the back. There's the ISPN number on the back. See that code number? That's your ISPN number. So you put that up, and then the book comes up. So he said, what you're going to have to do, he went like leaned over because the manager was, and I think he was the assistant manager or manager. He went, you're going to have to be careful here, because you've given me 50 books, and it's all, both books are the exact same, but you've put a different ISPN number. 20 books have got one ISPN number, and 30's got the other ISPN number. He said, if we get caught, I'll get the sack. Me and Kev Brown, Terry did call, Marty Turner went in, because I got the paperwork off the judges, say, look, and Terry got his paperwork, and Marty got his. So we went in Waterstones and we showed them there's an ongoing court case. It's fraud, deception, and it's war crime, war crime press. So they checked out and took all the books down. Waterstones took them down. So they were took off the shelves. So he was saying I was making it up in the line and it's all made up. Well, how come, right? If I made it up, how haven't you had me done for lying about? Why didn't you take it to court? Because you didn't want to come to court because you knew you'd get lost, you'd lose the case. So we've won the case now. So we've got everything we need. But now the runner, they're fucked off. So why have you run away, Mr.? Why has Mr. Brenton done one? Why has Mr. Brenton took all these books? And why did Mr. Brenton go to Terry Dicko's? So the £15 each the books, right? They're selling for. So why did Mr. Brenton give Terry all the books, 1,000 books for nothing? Because he shit himself, because he would have been caught with 1,000 books and he'd have to pay the £15,000 tax. You'd have to pay the £15,000 what he got off the books, and you'd have to pay the tax on the books as well. So he'd been fucking, that's why he gave the books away, and that's why he's give them all away on the internet, because it was cheaper to give them away instead of selling them for 50. If you sell them for £15, you've got to pay the £15 tax on every book. So he'd have been paying whatever tax it is, two, 3 quid on every book. 3 quid or something. So he's give them away. So that's why, and there's how we know you give them away, and we know you've made the books because it's cost you nothing. So them books, look at the fucking state of them. Look at the state of the paper. It's old-fashioned blotting paper of the old days. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just nowhere. Look, a little bit of lighting, just like that all over the fucking place. Look, there's another one. Look. One page with 2, 3 fucking words on it. So the book is filled up with shit. Every other page you go to, it just creeps there. Look, there's another one. Look, that's the book. So half the book hasn't got now written in it. Sorry, I'm fucking now. There's the book. Look, nothing on it. There's another. Nothing on the bottom of it. Look, it's all missed out. Look, just daft quotes. Nothing on there, look. It's all missed. There's nothing on the books. Go on and on. My hands are fucking terrible, you know, but yeah, I'm just flipping through. No, there's no whispers. Oh. The books, there's nothing on the fucking pages. Just all fucking shit. Just made up shit. Look. Every page you go to need. Look at that. I've never seen a book like it. Look at empty pages. Filled up with fucking shit. Just like one quote. Next door to it. Look at every fucking page. Look at that. Blank, blank, blank. Every page nearly. Every other third page, fourth page. Look. Genghis Khan, look. There. Nothing on it. Go to the bottom there. There, look. Nothing on the fucking pages. Look. Nothing on the pages. Empty pages. All the way. Look at the back of the book. There, look. Okay. Empty pages. All the way through the book, empty pages. Right next to the other page, I've just turned it over. Look. So say there's 300 pages, there's probably 70, 80 pages went on. Empty page. Look at the bottom again. Empty pages. All the way through the book, it's empty pages. And that, he's giving them to people as back, but selling them out on the streets. He's walking around. Just fucking shit. Look at empty pages. All empty pages, guys. So the book's got, say, 300 pages in. It's probably got 200 to 100 pages of shit. Like, I'm the king or something. That's it. 3 words. Just, can you get any quotes? Can you get any quotes? And I realised what he was doing. He just filled up with shit. So, and then he'll put like 27 pages of Lee Duffy. I never hardly mentioned Lee. It was about me. It was my book. Because he had no else to put in it. He was putting just shit in it. It's what he does. And then he's supposed to pay me 37.5%. I haven't been paid 37.5% once, not once. And I probably had about £400 or £500 off him in 4 years. And that's for the Kindle, the audio, the paperback, the all the books. So you're talking £100 a year for the books. But you've got to remember, I was paying for the petrol, going to Sean, I was paying for the petrol for this one. I was going up fucking Newcastle. I was going to Stephen Wraith's. I was taking them all over. I was paying for all the fuel. We were paying for me and Bobby would pay. Marty Cherner would pay. Bobby would pay and I'd pay. We're going out and have like, and Toby Carberry, I'll get his all meal. It cost me £200, like 5 or 6 people. He sat there, I've lost my card. I said, oh, not that old horse chest. No, Sean Steve Wraith went, he's done that to me about 10 times, the same bullshit. Oh, she's only washed my, oh, Shirley, are you there, Shirley? No, it's all the con, you know, when you go, yeah, oh, I knew you'd left your card, Jamie, it's here. All just a con, him and her, just everything scam. So the court judge said, you have to give Mr. Cockerill all the information. So when we've done this, they've shit themselves and they've done a runner. Why have you ran off? Why have you run away? Why? I understand you've run because you had your house smashed up 4 times, but your car smashed up. You've been threatened. The gypsies have beat your house to back you. You've been knocked out by the travellers in the Queen's Head because you were sniffing coke in the toilet in front of 14, 15-year-old kids. And a 17-year-old traveller knocked you out, sparked you unconscious. Then you got battered in Stockton. No, you never got battered in Stockton. The lad offered you out in Stockton and chased you because I looked after the kid when he was a kid. He's a man now. He's over 35. And you the one, are you fucking Jamie Boyle? He went, yeah. He said, get outside now, you fucking cunt, you scumbag. Fucking bullying Brian, he's bad. He'd wipe the fucking floor with you. He looked after me when I was a kid. Get outside, he went, well, 2 minutes, mate. Turned around, he ran like fuck out the thing like he did with Steve Mack. Steve Mack chased him up the street. He was calling Steve Mack's relation. And Steve went to the and I said, don't say now about your relation. So when he pulled me, he said, I want you. He said, I never said that about your dad. Well, how did you know what you were saying? Because you put it on my thing. Steve didn't know. I didn't want Steve to know it. I didn't want Steve to get in trouble, you know what I mean? So I thought, I don't, because the kid will fucking hit him once, take his fucking head clean off. I thought, don't tell him. I mean, I'm like, can't. I said, but yeah, but if I don't, and somebody tells me, say, why haven't you fucking told me, Brad? And he was putting things on, or Steve's going to shoot me. Steve's going to shoot you, Steve Mack, and Steve. Fucking know him since he was a baby. Fucking know all his fucking family and everything, all the people with banks like Bam Bam and BJ and all that. I know all the people from Grove Hill. I know them all. I know like Liam, my fucking friends, top fight would beat anyone. And great people. And you try to get them and going, I've got your friend Richie also on my side now. That's just like a little kid in the playground, Jamie. 123 on, 52 thumbs up. Come on, guys, where's the thumbs up? Jameson, Usk is the best of the 4. Usk, in my opinion, mate, I think Usk is the best boxer on the planet. I'm not sure if he'd beat Fury because of his size, but boxing-wise, he's a better boxer. I definitely think he's a better boxer. His time and everything, his feet work, his lateral movement, his head, he's really fucking good, really good. Really, really good, mate. Yeah, AJ's fucked. AJ's gone. He's gone. And all that racist stuff he did to the pain, I mean, it's fucking disgusting. What he was doing with them adverts, I mean, it's fucking bad what he was doing. And I don't give a fuck what colour you are. Doesn't matter what relation you have. When you're calling people because of their skin and things like that, if you're black and you call people white, it's just the same. It's just as bad as people white call people black. It's fucking disgusting. You shouldn't have to do that. Cunningham was it? I don't know that one. Johnny Jump, Grant Adams. Your awesome fight. Cartman's a great lad. Yeah, so what's happening is that Hangman Order's another great lad. What's happening now is every before he was calling, Brian Cockerill bullying me, and people looking aside to me thinking, well, I'm not as big as I was before my injury. So I was 23 stone. I think I was 22 stone when I met him, 22 and a half stone. And going, well, why would he bully him and all that? And then you all know he is fucking vile, putting things up to him. I'm beating my wife up. And when he just come on today and went, where's Emma's black eyes by? I said, exactly, mate. All fucking shite. Fucking never touched my wife in my life. Well, I fucking scream, shout at her a few times, like we all do. She fucking screamed, shout worse back at me, you know. Emma's like, so she wouldn't let anyone fucking bully her, but plus a black eye. I remember once she got a bit of Botox in her eye and she got injection and it hit her vein and her eye went a little bit black. And oh, look, he's beat again. The fucking bully's beating you up, you know, just jumping on the bandwagon, just a little mark, a tiny little mark. And you go, why is she out the way? Well, the reason why she went out the way because she was frightened because there was fucking people shooting things through the windows, like fucking big paving stones through the window, not paving stones. It's the one where you fix the house, it goes around the side of your house, keeps the house straight or something. Terry knows the name of it. And that missed the head by about 2 inches. So I said, that could have killed my wife. He went, Gary Smasher, which is you daft little fucking fat balloon, boil the balloon, I'd pop you. You just go up there. You are a known heroin addict. You're a known heroin dealer. You got chased off Colby Young, Hemlington, for selling smack. Now, I sold these, I admit, and coke and things like that, and speed, the bits of cannabis. I never sold that dirty, fucking horrible, disgusting stuff. What contributes to kids not getting fed, contributes to most of the crime, contributes to most of the people killing themselves. You sold that vile stuff because you're on it yourself. But Kev Robinson, I think it was, from Colby Young, Hemlington, chased you off both the estates. Then you were begging people. I've never begged anyone's house. I've had robbed people. I've never went and sneaked in a house where people are in bed like you have. You went to jail for robbing, burgling people's houses. All the other place to get me done if I'm lying. Because if it was the defamation of character, I would get done. But you've been charged for it and you've been to jail for it. And she come on to me, oh, you made a mistake. Well, how can you make a mistake burgling someone's house? Fucking mistake. And you're calling people. But your book's shit. Your books are shit. And that's why I give that away. That's why I give the Duffy one away. And that's why I pulled the documentary on Lee Duffy and said, no. They went, we'll give you more money. I said, no, I'm not interested. Paul Suggett was here. He said, Paul, I know all of you a bit. You're a great lad. You're a great documentary maker. I can't work with that crank. An absolute crank. And then you did it with Tina Shaw. You tried to steal the tapes recordings, or you stole the tape recordings out of her house. You got something to do it. And you pretended you were best friends when Tina came on here. Roy Shaw's, she went, what the fuck is that? She said, what is that with a book? That's my dad. My dad was a legend. What's that? She done that with a book. She went, that is just fucking toilet paper. All that is just fucking toilet paper. Well, I tried the night to wipe my ass with it. And I got more shit off the book than I got off my fucking ass. So it was a waste of time trying to wipe your ass with it. It's not even good for toilet paper. Tina Shaw, so you're wrong. Because there's that much shit in there. When you wipe your ass, there's more than your fucking hands come on your hands than there is in the fucking toilet. Absolute garbage. You just like Joe was another great boxer. Joe Lewis. Oh, Joe. I bet you're on about the Welsh lad, aren't you? Joe Calzaghe. I think he was the best we've ever had. I think he's the best British boxer ever. Joe Calzaghe. I really do. And I think Cal Froch is another one. I think Steve Collins was really good, bottle-wise. But I think Joe Calzaghe was the best. He just would not fucking give in. Alonzo, his dad, passed away. Great man. But yeah, really good when he fought Roy Jones Jr. Fucking unbelievable, man. Really good. But Steve Collins was the same, brilliant. But Roy Jones Jr. was a different an era. I think he was like probably the best on the planet. Roy Jones Jr. at the time. He was fucking unbelievable. He was like in a different league, totally different. In a different league, mate. So yeah, so the book is shit. It's shit. You can't get the book, Rare Rock. It's absolute garbage. You can't get it, mate. You can't get the book because there's no books to get. They've been took down all the shops. You can't buy that book for love of the money. But I had that book off someone else. I got it. But pricing is just about massive money now. Well, the thing is, what you're on about there is you're right what you're saying, but the thing is with them, I'm not being disrespectful to Tyson Fury, any boxers now, but you're only fighting once a fucking year. What the fuck's that? That's not boxing. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to work 1 day a week. 1 day, yeah. Just go to work. What do you do? I'll work for them, mate. What do you do? Well, I work 1 day a week in Tesco's, 8 hours. I'll work in the garage. What am I doing? Well, I build cars. One every 5 years, but I go to work every single year, once a year. Fucking shite. Tyson was fighting every 6 weeks. No one will ever beat Tyson's record of the consistency of the fighting, the accuracy, the timing, the ferocity, the skill, the hand speed. He was fucking a different level again, total different level. Unbelievable. He had people. He was like me when I used to fight people in the end. When I was fighting people, before I even got there, it was over because they knew they couldn't beat me. And 9 times out of 10, they never turned up. They were all talking all that shit when I couldn't fight them. They'd never turn up. I never said it was my uncle. Oh, it was somebody else on my phone. So in the end, they were beat before I got there. But when he got beat, the people, wait a minute, you can be beat here. So that's what they do. They start coming forward and you get beat. But when he got beat, he was invincible. And because he got beat, then he was getting beat off fucking bums. They're not being disrespectful to them, but they were bums compared to him. And he just, what happened, his head had gone, fried his head. It's like anything. It's like being, dropped their glasses. It's like being in any job. Once your head's gone in the job, you've got to pack in because you're just going to make yourself ill. And that's what happened with him. He made himself ill when he got beat off the Irish lad. It was fucking terrible, because he would never have lasted one fucking 30 seconds. He wouldn't have lasted. Most fighters, he beat in the first round, Tyson, and put them down. First round, right in the middle. He got right in the middle. Boom, when he took over that power, speed. Big figure, he wasn't that big, but he was 15.5 stone of solid muscle. There wasn't an ounce of fat on him. But body fat was probably about 6, 7, 8%. So you've got that 15.5 stone, and you're throwing that from. They throw their punches. You think you're good and you hit a bad. Yeah, you're all right. But they throw a punch, when they hit it, they've got 15. I said they weigh 15.5 stone. It's 15.5 stone coming through that hand because they know how to time it. That's why I was so heavy on the bag. You see me at the bag, and so a Juggy came on, said, Brian, come the other night, you come and put a post on saying, Brian did fucking need to take my hands off. He said the power was unreal. He's lifting me off my feet nearly with the fucking shots. McIntyre said the same. John Black said the same. He was a great coach. He used to say, your hand speed's phenomenal. He said, your 22 stone dropped out at 19, you leave me better. But I want to be big, strong, fighting wise. And when you're that type of size in the street, and it was super fit as well, my cardio was off the radar. And when you're on that type of fighting abilities, and you grab someone, you're not heavy, I don't care. You could be fighting Tyson, you'd beat him. If you're 24, 25 stone, you get older, so you're on the top of them. They haven't got a chance to beat you. Not in a million years. They haven't got the strength to get that weight off. Once you go to the floor, the strongest and fittest man wins. It's got nothing to do with boxing then. Well, obviously, you don't know about boxing. 121 on, 61 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Where's the like buttons on here? Good, Steve. Yeah. $75. Yeah, well, he Mayweather got. I think Mayweather got something like 100 million. I think he's got 2 checks on the door in the house. But he's not the richest. Oscar De La Hoya is the richest in the world boxer. He's got more money than anyone. He sold that. We also got De La Hoya, wasn't it? Thingy Boy Productions. I can't recall it now. Pretty Boy Productions, I think that's something it was called, wasn't it? He was I'm sure he's a billionaire now. He's the richest boxer of all time. I'm sure it threw me. So I know he's got more than $1 billion. That was a while ago. Like that. Macintosh man, thank you, Macintosh man. You're a legend, brother. I weighed 23 stone, 10 pounds, and I had probably a body fat of about 15-20%. And I was 20. I was super fast, but I didn't run long distance because it was too heavy. I told Savannah Marshall this. She said, I'm going to do it. And Peter Fury went, Brian knows his stuff. I was talking about training and fitting, how you're fighting your time and all that. And he went, Brian, she said, come back on. She phoned us a couple of days after. She only did one interview, and that was with me. In the whole world, she's only did one podcast with me, no one else. And she said, you come back on. So I'm going to get her back on again. I'm going to start doing that. We're going to stop talking about that daft cunt there. So probably today and tomorrow will be the last 2 because we're going to burn the book. And burn the book to get rid of the evil out of the house. Because I think these books are shite. Evil, fucking twisted, fucking horrible thing he is. And He's like a Chucky doll, isn't he? A fucking twisted Chucky doll. But we've got that many good things. Lee Watt, he said, just forget about him. He's just a crank. He says, you're the great Brian Cockerill. He's just a great fucking doughball divvy. He's got nothing. No one's going to ever do. But my mad thing was when he did the Marty, I thought, he's not getting away with it. And what he did with my wife and everything, in front of me and everything, I thought, you cunt. But I thought the best thing in the world to do with him is ruin the cunt. Because his favourite thing is, I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin you. And that's what I've done to you. I've fucking ruined you. Completely ruined you. You've got nowhere to go. No one wants to know you. No one wants to do any books. You've just had the other books stopped. You've just had the fucking Ripper tour stopped. I've had that stopped. But my pals down in London, top fucking gangsters who run that area, he won't be doing fuck all down here. Big fella, don't worry about that. Because I did a favour for them about 15 years ago, big favour. I said, could do with that favour, Paul. And he said, whatever you want. I thought they were going to do me. I went, no, just all we need to do is just keep him from doing anything down there. Just keep him off. I don't want him doing stuff down there so he can fucking destroy other people, rip other people off. So the first super chat from Matchstick Man. I don't know what that means. What's Matchstick Man? That's in his class days. And you stay now. Yeah, 200. 23.10, mate. I was up my biggest, but I was my best fight, mate, at 20 stone 10. When I went to fight top, pro boxers, people like when you're fighting elite people like for European judo champion. I thought he was judo world champion, judo champion from Thornaby. I broke his neck. I snapped his fucking neck. He's friends with me now, but he's all right. But I snapped his fucking neck, the poor cunt. And then he fucking killed him. But I was that big. He was about 17 stone, about 5'7". About Tyson's size. A little bit heavier, but it's type of build when you look at him. And yeah, I do know Jamie People's weight. I just have to look at people. I can tell by the fucking. I can tell exactly what the height and weight they are. I've been doing this for 5 decades. I've been training. You fucking idiot. You just know nothing, you. Yeah, is that Johnny? Who's that Johnny Nelson he talked about? Remember Johnny? Is that Johnny Nelson you're on about? I can't see that. Johnny. I can't find it, mate. Johnny Nelson, he was good. But he said, didn't he, about Johnny Nelson? I think he's from Sheffield, aren't they? The same stable as Carl Froch. Fucking brilliant fight. What was he called? The Cobra. What a fucking fight it was him. Fucking just needs his accuracy, his timing, his ball was unbelievable, man. He was getting hit and he just kept coming forward and heart of a fucking line, that man. Fucking love him a bit. Brilliant fucking boxer. Every time the night's finished, he's finished. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he has, mate. I just think he's lost it. I think he's got that much money anyway, you know. I think if he does fight again, it'll be his last fight. If he gets beat again, it'll be his last fight. I just don't think he's got it no more. I was talking to Lee Wharton. I was talking to Matt Legg about it because he stayed here a couple of nights with us twice. Matt Legg, and he was saying out of them all when I got hit, he said AJ was the hardest hitter I ever got hit with, a lot harder than Tyson Fury because he sparred with him as well, and other boxers. He said AJ hit me that hard. He said he fucking shattered me fucking eye. And he's reckoning everything fucking the cheekbone, everything went. He said fucking nearly took my head off. He said couldn't see. I was seeing stars for days and days. He said fucking power in that ring with him. He just took my head off. He said he had a little game plan, but it just didn't work. He said, but at least he stepped up to the mark and fought for the world British heavyweight title in front of 20,000 people. I said, yeah, nobody, it takes a lot of bottle to know that. And he also had the bottle to jump on a train. Tyson Fury went to you fucking heavyweight piss pussies. He daren't fight me on his day and spar me. He phoned him up, went, I'll spar you. Jumped on a fucking train the next day, went to Manchester, sparred with him, cut shot him back, went back, and I think he got 300 or 400 pounds a round. He did 3 or 4 rounds with him. He said, one minute I was here, Brian, throwing punches. And Tyson Fury was over there. He said, he's just so fucking fast. You don't realise. He is a brilliant boxer, brilliant footwork, and brilliant hand speed. But you don't realise how fast he is. He says, he's even Tommy Fury said, you try to fight him. He's there and he's over there somewhere. He's that fucking fast. So imagine it meeting you 20 fucking stone nearly. 20 stone of fucking every ounce of fucking mince morsel of power going through there. Take it out. Yeah. Oh, I'd get in the ring for £1 million. These people would hit you that hard and your spleen would just look at best. When I was training, I was doing 500 press ups, 500 sit-ups a day every day. Sometimes when I was training when I was training at the beginning of the fight, I was doing 1,000 sit-ups and 1,000 press ups every day, just to keep like rock hard. You know, all my sides are fucking rock hard. I used to come into the fight and people looked me there, and I was all right because I was always solid on there. My chin was solid. That's a great thing. If you've got a good chin, you can take a punch and then throw it. You can take a punch and then throw a punch and counter punches. If you can do that, it's good. It's really good. But remember the one from Liverpool? You fucking brilliant. The big tall lad, blonde haired, white as a sheet, about 6'5". Fucking look. I thought he was going to be the world champion. Just no chin. For that Thompson, the black lad from America, 12 and a half, 13 stone, dropped him, fucking knocked him clean out. Just no legs like fucking bandy on it, bandy on ice. If you haven't got the foundations, you're fucked. You might as well pack in. It's no good. You can have every single. It's the good thing about boxing. You've got to have all these different attributes to be the best. You can't just have the great punch or the great chin, or you've got to have everything. Fitness, stamina. You've got to have you've got to be able to change your game from boxing skill. I've got people a lot better boxers than me, but I've been too strong. I just pushed them and used my weight on them. And then I fought other people where I hit them one shot, knocked them out, 20 stone. Then I fought somebody 14, 15 stone, and fought the fight in 10 minutes, 12 minutes with them. It's just different fight sport as long as you win. Duffy said, yeah, but you always see the win, don't you? At the start of the league, he said, as long as you fucking win, it doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win. So if you bite them, hit them in the head and elbow them, and you, like I do, that's my game in the street, because that's what you do. You've got to give you the tools to work with, so you use them. But, he's a dirty fighter. There's no such thing as dirty fighters. There's fucking fighting for your life, that's it. Oh, well, I lost because I didn't fucking headbutt him or stamp on his fucking head or whatever. No, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. It's as simple as that. Look, as fuck. Really right flow with any. Yeah. 131 on. 68 people, thumbs up. It's always like not a big night on a Wednesday, isn't it? It's always a bit slow. But still good to have all users. It's still great. Hit the like buttons, people. It's free. Don't forget to join the channel. Join and subscribe, because it means a lot to us, because we're trying to get to that 35,000 now. So there's loads of people. It costs you nothing whatsoever. When you subscribe, it puts it on that you're part of the channel. You know what I mean? So when you subscribe, you don't have to. People think you have to pay money out. You don't. It's free, and you can come back off at any time you want. But it doesn't cost you a penny. You don't have to fill anything in and out. You just subscribe to the channel. So then you get me telling you when we're on next and when what's happening, what's happening with the channel and stuff. But we're going to be getting Audrey Harrison. He was good to Audrey Harrison, but he just felt the fucking pace. And that's exactly what's going to happen with him. Looking AJ, that's what's happening. The same as Audrey Harrison. I mean, he was fucking good. Power in him was brilliant. But he just, when you get beat, you start sinking lower and lower down. That's what happened to Tyson. He was getting beat up people that would knock out in fucking 30 seconds. Because this is the main thing. If this is not right, your brain, you're fucked. You can't go in a fight and go, oh, I hope I win tonight. I hope I land. I hope I look at me. You can't. Use another one. Terrible chin. Brilliant fighter. Fucking legs like jelly legs. Brilliant fighter. Tommy Ernst, another great fucking fighter. Unbelievable fighter. Bang, gets caught in the chin. Unbelievable how he used to go down. But yeah, you've got to have the chin. The chin's the main thing, because you can get caught and you can hold on a little bit. But stamina, tough as hell. Yeah, he was fucking tough. I've seen him getting back that he's going to get beat here, and he just turned it around. He was one of the best Eubanks for when he was on the ropes. You think, oh, he's beat. Banks, yeah, Nigel Benn's got him. He just turned it around. He's fucking really tough bloke. Him. Really, I know he's a fucking annoying little fucker, but boxing wise, skills unbelievable, and determination and bottle. He was super fit as well. But he didn't like being bullied. When Collins got him. Collins made a fucking mess of the both of them, Eubanks and I seen him with a lad called Andy Winder. He got shot to death in Tenerife. He used to spar with Eubanks. No, sorry, yeah, Nigel Benn. And now Japan used to be out there, up the mountains where the volcano was. I used to train there. He had a place over there. He was a DJ as well, I think, I'm sure, when I was out there. He used to DJ as well. Price, that's his name, David Price from Liverpool. Well done, Johnny Jump. Give that man a star. He had 2 fights. The first fight he had when he got caught, boom, gone down like a fucking bandy. And then the second fight, the lad got banned because he had steroids on. Thompson, I think he was called. I think he was about 13 stone, 13 something. And he fucking caught him again. Fucking one shot right on right, big right over the top right hand. But he's the same AJ, he's got no chin. AJ can only fight one way, dimensional on one way. Left hand with right over the top, it's all he ever throws. Frank Bruno was the same. Left jab, right hand, left jab, right hand. It's all the fucking you. It's the same fight. You've got to be able to change your game. You've got to go, this fucker's bringing his left jab, so I'm going to keep away and I'll fight orthodox, or I'll change my footstep, I'll lean on him, I'll go up a bit heavier. You've got to change the plan with that. He is the master of boxing. He's the best, I think, now. He's got a brain like somebody playing chess. That's why I class boxing as like chess. But I was just like, fucking smash them to pieces and bash them. It might not look great, it might be this, that, and the other, but I destroyed them in second because I wasn't going to let 3 people jab me and run around. Grab the punch, pull them down, headbutt them, bite them, whatever, and win the fight. It's over. I'm here to win, not to fucking dance around. They're not getting paid to dance around, jump about. But like I said, he's got different levels. He can change. He can look at something, I can't beat him that, I'll change it this way. And that's what he was really good at. Really good. AJ's got fucking destroyed, didn't he? But let's say, even if he goes and fights him again, he's not going to beat AJ won't beat him. Not in a million. He can have 1,000 fights, he'd never beat him. Can't man hit the like buttons. It's why you're here. Can't man's funny as. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can just be. You could say it like if you haven't got the engine. If he was fit, he would have been the best. If he could move his head, he would have been the best. So if you've got to have all them attributes, you've got to have the chin. You've got that's what he was saying about me. He's a bride in the street. He's got all the attributes, what you need to win. And he's done it time and time and time. It's been going on for decades and decades and decades. He said, McIntyre said, how the fuck is it even Boyle put in there? He went, how the fuck is Brian Crocker still alive? And that's about the only thing he told the truth. For all them years, fucking people trying to kill me and stab me in it with bars and everything. I'm still here. Just about though. But you don't win all them fights. Fucking be nice to people. You've got to be ruthless. Especially when you're selling drugs and you've got people working for you, people trying to come in and take over your business. Marvel Haggard was absolutely. I had the pleasure to meet him. I didn't meet him. I seen him at the fight, and I met Mike Tyson was there. I was with Paddy Watson, great, like passed away, and I was in the crowd, and he went on Julian Davison fight, and they said, "Vic, all the middle guy, Brian, get in the fucking ring." With Tyson went, "Fuck up, you loony bastards!" I'm shouting all the middle, but I just get in the ring with him because he was fucking garbage, Julian Davison. He gave up. He got hit with a body shot and just fell on the floor, a bit like Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks had 49 fights, I think it was 50. If he won it, he had the record. The record was by Rocky Marciano, 50 fights, 50 wins. When Rocky Marciano was coming to a birthday party, it was his 50th birthday party, I think it was, and he was coming to the birthday party, and the fucking plane crashed. Come in. Oh, where is he? Died the plane crash. Bro, cunt. Great. That was Eddie Brooks' favourite fighter. What he used to do, he used to hit you all over, non-stop, thousands of fucking punches. Deaden all your arms and your shoulders, so your arms were like lethargic, and his engine was bam, 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 just kept going and going and going and going. He was only 13, 10 or something stone, but he just kept going. He's brilliant, Duckler and weaving. Mayweather the best ever boxer for elusiveness and time, and I think he's the best boxer of all time. I really do. He's just so fucking good at everything. His dad. I was supposed to go with Matt Legg. I was supposed to meet his dad. His dad was at a boxing do in Birmingham, and I couldn't go with these fucking injuries. Another one I missed. He was there, his dad, Floyd Mayweather Senior, and Big Joe Egan Joe was going to get me there, and Big Joe said, "Me, you, and Frank Bruno start." So I'm going to be doing that with him as well. He's going to get me, him, and Frank Bruno. Bless the guys, because you're a fucking legend. What you've done, it's a little piece you put into Brian. You were fucking some man in your day. You fought some of the hardest men in the country and beat them all. He said, so you were fucking up there, big fella. Mike Nice and Norman Buckland said the same. So all these people, like the people in your peers who were like the same level as you, you're in that same bracket, speak well about you. It means you must be a good person. But he said the one thing about you, I've never ever heard anyone call you a bully. You've always been a gentleman and polite to everyone. I've never heard it any. But then that daft gun comes along. He's a bully, he's a bully, he's a bully, he's a bully. No, you're the fucking bully. Bully beef. You want to fight me when I was in a wheelchair? I'm not in the wheelchair now, Jamie. So arrange it any way you want. You little pussy, little fucking shithouse. Little crybaby. I'm getting the police on you. Tony was good. Matt Legg sparred with him. James Tony, really fucking good. Really. Matt Legg had a two rounds, I think they did. And he beat him on points, James Tony. Even if I think they had him on this, you couldn't give it to Matt. Because no disrespect to Matt, he was more of a legend than Matt, obviously, James Tony. So he put more seats on, bums on seats. That's not me being disrespectful to James Tony, but that's what I think happened there. But like me having a fight with Sarah, I was in the ring, Mike Tyson, I wouldn't fucking win the last 2 minutes with him, but if I was in there with him, they'd have him win even if I won, because he put more seats. He put more bums on the seats out. Remember, they beat Mike Tyson in the ring, not in a million years. But it's different industry, totally different. You've got the ring where you've got ropes to save you, you've got the referee, you've got a towel coming in, you've got spongy gloves, you've got a minute rest, you've got all that, you've got a drink of water and all that stuff, so you've got that. You've got fuck on the street, you've just got yourself. And sometimes I'm in the street, I've been with lads, like 3 or 4 lads backing me up, and they've turned up 15-handed, and I've had to fight these people on my fucking own. I've dropped 3 or 4 of them, they've all fucking ran off, but the ones who come with me ran away. So I've had that a few times when I'm trying to fight people. You know, if you're going to go with someone, you need somebody who'll fucking stand with you. Because they shit themselves sometimes. They don't realise how bad it can be sometimes. And they're pulling guns out like the one at Red Car and shooting at you. We all fucking ran. You're fucking right, we ran. I said to Bam, they're only fucking blanks. And he said this to Charles team at the story, they're only blanks. We looked round the fucking van. It was a boxing van from the Catholic Club from Hartlepool. Richie Horsey was there, big Vulture, European kickboxing champion. Me, a couple of lads from Hartlepool, I know Steen Robbie. Bam was there, BJ was there. We're all there, and we went to have a fight with them. We got there, got in the front of a fight. I had a baseball bat. I smashed the fucking car window, and they had hammers and bars. And about 6 of them ran out of that, started shooting at us. But them little tiny Dillinger guns, what you had made. Now, if the barrel's not pure, true, you could shoot there and spin over there. So they started shooting at us, and I went, they're not fucking real, they're fucking blanks. How the Bam went, look behind you, and oh, 3 of the windows out of 3 of the windows that side, all the windows through, and Bam had a 911 Porsche. So I jumped in the other car because it was close like that, and we all fucked off. We got to Bam's house. Brenda, I think they called his missing mum. And we went there, and she was like, what's going on with you, big fella, not taught us. Then my mate come out, he was only from Hartlepool, little Brian. Brian said, what time are you on now? Are you being shot? It's a pellet. So he went, you passed out. I said, you've been fucking shot 2 hours ago. It's fucking, because he found out he'd been shot. His ass went in fucking, it was like a little pellet, like them little fucking air rifle pellet. It was like one of them. So I said, now, just get the tweezers and get some fucking Savlon on it and a bit of gauze. It'll be all right, and bandage. If you go to the hospital because it's a bullet. I said, let me pull it out, you daft cunt. So he went to the hospital. He got fucking 6, 7, 8 weeks on the man. So they went to the houses in Dormstown, and they went around to everyone. Not one fucking person made a statement. They did, but they said, I've seen Brian Cockerill. So me and Bam fucked off to Wilmer's in Luton. True story, honest. I don't tell lies, you know I don't. And Cockerill said, you've only been out of jail 3 days. 3 days out of jail, and you've got fucking riots in jail, right out of jail. You know, you're fucking causing fucking gun battles in the streets. More than mentioned it in the House of Commons. She went, running gun battles in my constituency, because she lived about 4 doors from Emma on the seafront. There used to be a copper sat outside in a little building thing, like a little fucking lean-to, and he'd sit there all night. They have police. All MPs have a policeman with them, or I think there's a policeman with them to guard them. Every town's got them. So I hope everyone's all right tonight. Yeah, Element was a great boxer, but he got destroyed, didn't he, off Badman Hagler fucking wiped the floor underneath me. We give him a lesson. That was bad, that, because they started throwing bottles at him in the ring. I remember that. That was Marvin Hagler. Oh, it was him, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Hagler, wasn't it? It was Hagler, yeah. He had his head bald, and he died when he's taking the idols off him, help him. He won't be listening to me, but good boxer from there. He used to take Duffy and me on the pads and that. And he used to say, fucking hands are killing me with you, fucking at me, fucking with these pads. And me and Smiley used to train with him. I used to spar with Smiley, about 6'5", about 16, so really good boxer. Ray Hood's boxing gym used to train there. And we used to go there, Lingdale, with me and little Tony Bucko, Tony Bucko's brother, little Dave Buxton, brilliant fucking, but he was like them, he liked Hands of Steel, Roberto Duran, he loved him, that was his favourite fighter. So I was going on the bus, I went, I'm not fucking coming here no more. I said, why? I said, they don't let you chase, do you remember in the Rocky film where he's chasing the chicken, Rocky? I said, they don't let you chase chickens, and he's little was on the bus fucking pissed himself laughing. And we were training like that. I said, is there any chickens or what? He kept saying that to the Ray Hood. He's fucking lovely. I was going, raise any chickens? He goes, what the fuck are you on about, yo? So then Bucko said, come here, I'll tell you. So he told when Ray was fucking laughing his fucking head off. He said, Cockerill, I've got you some chickens out the back. We used to have a joke. We used to go in. That was like the party piece. I was saying, well, I'm not fucking trained no more. He said, why? What's the matter? I said, you don't get to chase chickens in here. We used to go on the bus from Redcar, past Saltburn, and go to Lingdale. In great days, you know, you got out. I lived in the gym. I lived in above the gym on West Dyke Road. So I had the gym there. So the lads in at 8 o'clock till 8 at night, sometimes 10 at night. So it was just bang, I wait. So all day long I was brainwashed for training. I train every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day. And I was running. I used to do 5 mile runs then. I used to run right around the outskirts of Redcar. It was 5 mile over the bridge, down near the train station, around the back alleys. I was like fucking Rocky in the streets going. But you got to put in that strength, that training. Yeah, 365k I did for 3 reps, mate. Can't man. I've got a video of me doing, I think, in the gym, 320, I think. But I was not as strong then because I was 37. When I was 24, Lee Little come on and did a video and told you before how big I was strong. I was doing fucking 6 plates, 20s each end, which is what, 265k. I think it was 265k for 6 reps. Mickey Flanagan had his own gym. I used to train with him. And he come in and said, can you spot me on this? He went, yeah. He went, up to me, and he come on. He said, I thought you were fucking taking the piss. And he said, you come on. He tells people, he said, come on. Paul Debrick used to be there. Paul Debrick went after. I've seen that, but I don't believe it. And Paul Debrick put in his book, I've never seen anyone bench like Brian Cockerill, 6 plates each end. And it's in his book, Paul Debrick, it's called, the brick. And he said, I've never seen anyone like Brian Cockerill, the way he trained. The fucking strength is unreal. And these are in people's books who passed away and stuff, who trained with me. And he's going, he's lying. Why the fuck would I lie, you fucking little crank? You've never trained in your life, you fat cunt. Oh God, that's Steve, forgot to tell you. He's only fucking put in the book, I'm going to find it for you, piss your pants. He's put in, when I was boxing, with my boxing career, he said, I was doing really well. I was doing really good money-wise. I was making a living off my boxing career. So now he's in that book. I'm going to find it for you. I'm going to fucking find it. I'm going to make Emma find it. When I was boxing, there's suspension Groveville there. In that weird there, where Steve's from. Close friend of mine was with the full backing. Yeah, Groveville. Isn't that fucking mad there? McIntyre's documentary walking through Grove Hill when I helped a woman who was a nurse. Yeah, I did. I helped a woman who was a nurse in Grove Hill, yeah. What had happened is, and you know what, I might reach them stories, I might put them back on. I forgot about that. So I used to do with security, Cockerill security used to put these posters up. When Cockerill's security patrol these, look after these properties 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I goes to this man called Jed Singh. He's a billionaire. He's got 400 houses and 300 holiday homes abroad. And I looked after him. And I used to go and people were like fucking cars, not paying the rent and that. But I'd never evict a man and woman and kids. If it was like loads of lads in there kicking off and things like that, I'd go, no, you're going to have to move. So I went to this place. It wasn't Groveville, it was just before. I think Easter side was it. It might be the Easter side, yeah. So it goes there where the Viking is, that place. So goes there and goes to the store, knocked on the door. Anyway, there was 4 houses, council houses, nice though. And there was a woman here, she was pregnant on this side. And then there was another couple here. There was a gap like an alleyway thing where you could go through. Then there was another house here with another woman. And then there was these divvies and this one here. So there was 4 houses. So I knocked on the doors, talked to them, I'm going to throw these out and all that. So keep in the houses. Oh, thank God, she said. So anyway, I came in, she was only a little dwarf, little woman, tiny, only little. So I said, yeah, I said, no. So she said, I've lived here, she said, 5 years. And she said, in 3 years, my daughter's had to go to my mum's every weekend. I've never seen my daughter. She was crying to me because of this. And there was needles all over the fucking place. I went, you fucking scumbag. So I said, can you just go in there with the pen, just turn the telly up with that, because you might hear me screaming, shouting at them. And he goes on, knocked on the door, and he goes, what do you want? I said, it's me, Brian Cockerill. So they run like fuck. So I'm kicking the door, Bobby's with me. So I'm kicking the door, and the door's springing back. What they've done is they put the settee between the stairs and the door, and it kept springing back. So when it finally got open, so I went in. So as I've gone in, cops pulled up, 2 young coppers, went, what are you doing? It's me, Brian Cockerill. He said, I said, brilliant. We've gone, we haven't seen you. They went. He said, we're getting called out here 10, 15, 20 times a week. I said, they're gone tonight. He said, oh, great. Well, that's what I'm saying. Some coppers did like me. So I goes, even though Bobby, so the old wise owl. So I thought the country going to come back. I said, no. So I took the fucking, the thing for the electric. So you've got no electric on. So I pulled that out, no electric. And I turned all the gas off and everything. So I put the poster on, Cockerill Security, protect these properties. I went back. The man was over the moon, by the way. I went back because in the street when we went down, it was like, there was no kids playing or nothing. It was fucking desolate. There was no one playing. So I went back about over the McIntyre documentary, went, and they were all sat out, the girls and that who was there, the women and that, and who had kids, and went, oh, he's our hero. Here he is. He never charges a penny. What a man he is, and all that they were saying. I said, how are you doing, girls? And I said, okay. She went, I went back. So I went to knock on the door. She said, oh, they've moved them. They're back because they couldn't sell the house because they were next door to heroin addicts. They couldn't sell the house. They'd sold their house. This side, and up to that, the other couple there were great. The nurse came out. She went, she cuddled me like, oh, thank you so much. She said, come here. And she said, come here, have a look at this, Brian. She shouted whatever name, say, my daughter Susan or something. She come on the corner and said, hey, Petal, you all right? She said, oh, yes, thank you. Lovely manners. And she went, my daughter's home every week now. And she started crying on the front. And I said, don't cry. I said, oh, no, it's just so, I just can't believe what you did. We phoned the police over and over and over again. You come one night and you promised us you'd never come back. They never come back. There's about 16 of them in the fucking house. They were playing music, rave music, smoking crack and everything, just fucking absolute idiots. But you don't hear these stories. You hear, oh, he bit his nose off, he battered him, he done this. But you don't hear all the other stories and all the good things you do. You only hear, if you do one bad thing, you'll hear it for the rest of your life. You do 1,000 good things, nobody talks about them. So yeah, I done that. When I went back to McIntyre, he said the people of McIntyre love you. Everywhere I went there, Groveville, I was walking around, they were saying, I'll vote for you if you go for mayor, and everyone's going to vote for me. I used to do the door in Groveville, rough the door there. There was 5 doormen on New Year's Eve, and all 5 got stabbed at the door from out of the town. I went in with Michelle Harrison, lovely lady, she looked after you in hospital. And Mickey went, oh, he's a fuck now. He said, the big fella's he's taking over the door. I went, oh, we won't cause trouble. Oh, Brian is all right. I said, no more fucking about taking the spirits behind, taking the drinks. No more sniffing coke in there. If you're going to take it in the toilet, take your ecstasy in there and don't smoke any cannabis in the fucking club. We'll get on great. You want to give him a smoke with them? Do you want to give him pool? Sorry. Started playing pool with them. They're all like 16, 17. I said, look, I know you're only 16. If the cops come and don't fucking tell them I'll let you in. So they were just great. The kids were fucking great. So all the kids were in there. There was only 2 bits incidents. One was, he's gone now, Mick, my mate. He's gone, he hit a fucking lad with an axe because he was fucking trying to get in. But when I was at the door, and he hit him right in the fucking ear, took his ear off. And then there was another one, good lad, he's passed away now. And the other lad was, the other two girls or 2 lesbians fighting. That was the only bit of trouble I had. The pub was gone. And I think I had 15 clubs. I got a pub, Punch Robson solicitors, where no one would work in them. I went to Sunderland, Stockton, all the rough clubs where nobody would go. And I filled them up. There was like 300, 400 people coming there. I said, look, you run it for all these old people. These are frightening them because they use young lads and screaming and shouting and pulling knives and all that. And none of them had no knives around. And the pub was 300 people on a Sunday. Do you want to drink, Brian? Do you want to drink, Brian? It was just great. All them old people, like 50s and 60s and 70-year-olds, were having a day out in the pub where they lived. I thought, this is what the community is all about. And the young kids come up and said, you're right, we've been fucking arseholes. And then they used to look after me. And like now, if I go there now today, they go, hey, Brian, remember when I looked after you? Remember that fight you had? Because you've done it, you've been in that area. And you're like a legend in that area with people. And the stories of the people tell, he can't handle it. I sat with Bam listening to these stories 6 in the morning since I was a kid. He met me, So he'll tell you, I don't fucking tell lies. I don't make shit up and pretend I've had a fight with this one. I've never done it. Yeah. All the stories I fucking put on that because you look an idiot, see you do something, and then somebody goes, "You've never done that." That would happen. 83 likes on 144 watching. Yes, it's going good. Dolph Lundgren was a kickboxer. Yeah, he was. He was a kickboxer. He was a really good kickboxer, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he was just a kickboxer. Yeah, I don't know if he fought, but he was a kickboxer. He did kickboxing, yeah, definitely. Jameson. No, he was a kickboxer. I'm almost 99% sure. He was quite good. He wasn't as good as Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was really good. Really, really good looking lad as well. So obviously he was nowhere near as good looking as fucking Dolph Lundgren was. Like a big lump. Wasn't a good looking lad. Van Damme was. And it's always the ones who are good looking. When I was a kid, I used to look at people with tattoos and scars. But he could fight with scars on him, mum, and all that. My mum used to say, no, the ones that are good looking, like Muhammad Ali's and people like that, son, and Sugar Ray Leonard, and that, they're the great fighters because there's no match them because they don't get hit because they're so skillful at boxing. You used to think about people, he looks tough because you've got loads of tattoos. Don't you kid about fucking 12, 13-year-old? It's the ones who fucking haven't got scars all over them. Yeah, 6'3". He is a big looking for bloke. He needs to say they're all millionaires now, aren't they? They're all of them expendables, as they're called. I don't like all them films for the shite. I like Rocky films, they're great when you were a kid. Our mum made us all the hats and the gloves. You know, the Rocky, when you ran, you have the black gloves on. Our mum made us the hat and gloves. Remember it? Knitting them. Really good with mum making stuff. Yeah, the kids now, it's not like stuff where you do training and all that now. They're all just computers. Oh, I'll just phone my friends. Fucking walk across the road and never talk to them. Everything's phone. You take a phone off a 15-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl or a boy. You'd think you would decapitate them or taking the fucking leg off. Just take your leg off. Won't be long. You can have my leg, but you can't have my phone. They'll give you the leg. They'll give you the fucking arm or the eye or the fucking nose or whatever. Or you can have that on the body, but I just want my phone. I'm telling you, that's what they're like. You try and fucking take a phone off a 14, 15-year-old. They'll probably wake up in the middle of the night. They'll be fucking stabbed about 40 times. Fucking, my fucking phone. What did you kill your dad for? Your mum? Well, they took my phone off me. Oh, well, that's all right. No problem. Fucking hell. They're terrible, aren't they? Van Damme was kickboxing as well. Yeah, he was really good, though, wasn't he? He was good. He was fucking excellent. He's dead honest and all, he's dead. He said, I took coke. I like him like that because he's dead honest. So you get the other wankers telling lies, pretending they never. It destroys your body and this happened and that happened. Destroyed my marriage and things like that. He tells the truth. I really like him. He's a nice man. He's just like us. One of the lads, you can tell. He's really, really good. Them films, he made some fucking money off them films. But what he done, he got in films where he was getting, he said, I want 10 million for each of them films. 10 million for that. And I want 10 million for that. And they went, that fucked him up. Hollywood, they're fucking billionaires, aren't they? So, because he never did what they said, he ended up making 100. I know, I'd love to be making 100 grand films, but the films makes now gets probably 100 grand, where before he was getting millions and millions. But he thought because he was great and he was a top actor at the time, top movies. Don't have to be a great actor. Stallone's not a great actor, but he's a fucking, I think he is now. He first started, he wasn't. Arnold's not a great actor, but Arnold makes the best movies because Arnold not acting, being like robot and being a Terminator, doing that type of acting where you don't have to talk is better because he just looks like a robot when he talks. He looks good, and that's how he made so much money. So it's not always the best actors who make the most money. Stallone was always behind Arnold I think he was a better actor, Stallone, than Arnold. A lot better actor because he was struggling with his language when he was his thick German accent type of thing. But he still made it. They all said he wouldn't do it. They called him Arnold Strong in his first movie. It was Hercules in New York, it was called. And he was in it, and they called him, didn't want to call him Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said, it's not going to work. And they said, you'll never be an actor. Fucking look what he done. Something like 450 million fucking pound he's worth. But he was told he lived in a little tiny place in Austria, the Austrian Oak. He was 20-year-old, and he went in the army to get his passport so he could leave, because the only way he could get a passport is do 2 years in the national service. Did his 2 years in the national service, and they said, right, you can't go to the bodybuilding show. You can't go. So he said, fuck you. So he went, he absconded, he fucked off, over the wall, done one. So he went anyway, he won. Fucking Mr. Germany. I can't remember the name of the place now. It's in my head, but I can't think of it. So he went there, he won it, and then he had to go to England. So they let him go. They said, did you win? He went, yeah. So right, you can go then. So they let him go to the one in England, and he beat the fucking top bodybuilders there. Monstrous. But when he went to America, he came up with a man called Frank Zane. Frank Zane was about like Stallone's type of physique, 5'7", 12, 13 stone, and wiped the floor with him because he was symmetry, which means if you've got a 16-inch neck, a 16-inch bicep, a 16-inch calf, you're in symmetry. If you've got a 20-inch bicep and a 16-inch neck and a 14-inch calf, you just don't look right. So when he was like that, it's symmetry. He used to have that pose. Frank Zane, fucking marvelous physique. But he was one that, why people liked him as well, I think, because you could look at Arnold and think, I'm never going to get as big as him. But you'd look at someone like Frank Zane and say, that's achievable. Arnold was a fucking freak. I was a freak. When I trained, I was a freak in nature. How big I fucking got, just fucking ridiculous. There was no one ever bigger than me around here. Never has been. And I was fucking nearly 24 stone, without like, hardly any body fat on me. I went to see Travellers one day. Bam Bam was there, and BJ went, but look how big you are. And I had a pair of these American bottoms because I couldn't get normal treble extra large tracking bottoms, didn't fit me. So I had these baggy pant ones, like fucking trousers, just to get them off the markets. And I had a pair of underpants on. I pulled my thingies down to my knees now, and when I went that, my legs, they were like, he said, fucking hell, the fucking legs. And I put my leg to the side, and he said, that looks like, you get a cow and you cut it, and you see the leg hanging out the window of the thing. That's what your legs look like, Bam Bam said. They're just fucking ridiculous. That's the biggest I've ever seen that. And I was ripped to fuck. I was ripped to fuck. And I was squatting 8.5 plates then. And then when I took my top off, they were like, fucking hell, my chest was out here. I had a 58, just over a 58 inch. I used to get pissed off because I always went to get a 60 inch chest. So I got 58 and a quarter, 58 and a half or something. When I pumped it up and I did my back, I still couldn't get to the 58, 50, I could only get to that. And I thought I needed to 60, so I was never happy because you always want to get bigger and stronger. But Steven Seagal was good, yeah, he was. But he was I think he's a bit of a bully because he was I think he's a bit of a bully. A lot of people didn't like him when he was a sheriff funny and fucking locking people up and stuff. So a lot of people said there was a bloke who trained with Arnold, and he was called something. Oh, fucking hell, I can't remember his name now. He fucking hell. He trained with Arnold, and he used to have his own show. And I can't remember his fucking name. And he was a wrestler, and he got in the ring with him, Steven Seagal, and he had Seagal crying in the fucking ring. He got him in his fucking hold, the wrestling hold, choking him to death in the ring. Passed him out, he passed out. He fucking started crying in the fucking ring. So he was this big fucking phony, really. I used to live in Grove Hill, and east side Steve used to work in the Grange town west Eston for quick cars. Can't believe it. Yeah, he said he was fucking. I've got it, and then I'm going to find it, please, Steve. I know you can't believe it. I don't lie. Obviously I'm telling the truth, but it's unbelievable. He's saying, yeah, well, I was doing so well in my boxing career. I was making money out of it. Emma's found the fucking page. I might just keep that book instead of burning it, just to come in and laugh at the cunt all the time. Here he is again, bullshit boil. Yeah, he was doing really well in his boxing career, and that was it. In my boxing career, I did really well. He said I was making good money. Oh, you've never had a fucking fight in your life. You've never stepped into a ring and went ding ding round one. You're fucking crank. You got battered. Steve was there and you got battered. You got kicked out of John Dryden's gym, the Welly. They said you can't come back, you can't fight. You got kicked out of fucking Marty Turner's gym. Said you can't fight. And you got kicked out of Dennis Powers. So they were the three best coaches. And Roy Hood was, he didn't know Roy Hood. So Ray Hood from Lingdale. So he didn't know him, never heard of him. So I knew he was a fucking boxer because everyone knew Roy Ray. I can't remember his fucking name now. He was like a top bloke. Anyway, fucking, they all said to me, he said he never fought. So then he said, I'm getting a gym in Lingdale and I'm building a gym. I thought, you couldn't build a fucking rabbit hutch, you fucking divvy. So that's what he's put on the daft cunt. He's put on, I've got loads of skunk in my garage. Well, they raided me only a couple of weeks ago. You daft cunt to come to my house, the police. He said, it's everybody been there after every fucking thing. I've got a skunk farm in my house. I've got, in 4 weeks' time, it's ready. Well, how the fuck do you know what's ready in 4 weeks' time, you fucking crank? And that's just to try and, like you did with Steve Shannon, try to get me raided. Well, Cleveland Police, you can come when you want. My garage is fucking been open today, all day. Fucking divvy cunt. The police live next door, and I've got a fucking police live next door here. And he's a screw. She's a teacher. And the son's a screw. And over the road, one's social services, and one's where you get the job centre. She works at the woman. And that's all I went and seen about when they were saying, oh, Brian's working. I said, oh, I told them she'd just go down, speak to the lady, and then she gave me the number and everything. Booked the pipe, went in, they said, well, you're not down on here, there's nothing here. And your name's not down, you've ever claimed any job. Yeah, he was really good there, Frank Zane. He was just very good. He's still alive, you know, he's still fit as fuck. He looks brilliant still. It's grey hair and everything, but he fucking looks brilliant. Really good. Yeah, he was really good. But that idiot, yeah. I'm going to be. Rambo was a pussy. Stallone says Rambo was a pussy. Tango and Cash. It was shit that film on Tango and Cash. He was good in the boxing film. They were great. But he didn't. He was good in the boxing. He was good in the football film. That was good. And he was good in a couple of other films. He was good in. Rambo was good. That was fucking brilliant. Yeah, Rambo was really good. When it first came out, the first one was brilliant. The last one was shite. Just fucking. They're doing with the Terminator, and they're number fucking 6 or something. It's getting ridiculous now. And if they're doing about me, I'd be fucking over the moon, wouldn't you? Arnold looks good. I seen him the other day, not in my fucking house. He's in the loft, but get the skunk. Fucking skunk in the loft. How am I supposed to climb in the loft? Water plants and fucking cut them. How are you supposed to cut plants down with your hands like that? What a fucking divvy. He's just trying to get me raided, but I'm not fucking bothered. They can raid me house if they want. I've been on bail now, nearly fucking 5.5 months. They won't let me know what's going on. They're just fucking horrible cunts. No, it was class. I liked Arnold, some of the daft things. Where's he going? I've just let him go when he dropped him off the cliff. You know, them like Commando and that. They were a bit like tacky, but they were funny, some of the stuff. I'll let him go. I'll be back. Yeah, you changed that because it says, I will be back. I went, I'll be back. He changed the words. James Cameron, I think it was, who did the film. He went, I will be back. He said to him, James Cameron, say that. He went, no, you got it wrong. He says, I'll be back. When he said, I will be back. Doesn't sound as good as it. So he went, I'll be back. And when he was for Sarah Connors, and he went, you've got it better than me. So then he started looking like the robot more and more. And that was probably the best acting he'd done ever, because with his thick accent, he sounded, I'll be back. He sounded just like a robot. It was perfect. That was the best thing, because he didn't really have to act, if you know what I mean. So in that, he was brilliant. That one when he had the baby was fucking stupid. Junior, absolutely fucking pathetic. And that other one, the Last Action Hero, I thought that was garbage. Didn't like that either. So he was good. But Chris Lund, Anthony Lund, Chris Lund. Chris Lund was a photographer when I was with Bertel Fox, when I trained with him in the fucking Olympia gym in Redcar with Dave Williams, who was the best fighter there. 10 years he was the best fighter, Dave. I battered him, fucking destroyed him at the seafront in Redcar. Didn't half give me. He had 2 fights with Peter O. He beat Peter twice. He could fight for fun, that man. Really good. And Peter O could fight for fun, really good. But Peter was 19 at the time, went back, but Peter said to me, I couldn't beat him. And strong as fuck he was. Well, I picked him up from right over the top of the car and he fucking killed the poor cunt. I've stuck my fingers right through his eyes and popped his eyes. He was in hospital for 12 days. Couldn't see for 10 days. And his dad come back from America. He was over there he was doing bodybuilding stuff because he had a gym. Anyway, after that, he fucked off to Australia. He never come back. He'd never been beat. In 10 years, he'd won everyone in that area. And he beat loads in Stockton, another place. He used to run the doors in Redcar. He never got beat. And he had to fight with the taxman, got annihilated. Destroyed him. Bell Jamie, remember one Bell Jamie? Fucking Bell Jamie. You're fucking crank. Fucking never had a fight in his life. I'll pivot and move. He said to me, I said, "Oh, you're going to pick what? You could throw your best punch, right? And I could stand there and take your punch all day long. You couldn't. The Lee Duffy could knock me out. The people like Dave Garside couldn't knock me out. Them people in the house couldn't knock me out. How the fuck could you knock me out, you crank?" But I fought people fought for the British heavyweight titles, European kickboxing champions, fucking top cage fighters, jiu-jitsu champions, fucking judo champions. And you're going to beat me, you fucking crackety crack. Cracked out his fucking head every night. Is the world's strongest man or was Frank Zane in world's strongest man or was Lou Fringo was a world's strongest man. He was in the world's strongest man, but he never won it. Lou Fringo. But Frank Zane, the other one was in Franco Colombo. Franco Colombo was stronger than all of them. Franco Colombo was only about 13.5 stone. He could deadlift fucking 600-700 pounds. He was fucking super strong. He was like really strong bodybuilder. Jeff Cates was the greatest strong man. He was a great strong man. He wasn't the greatest. The greatest strong man was Mariusz Povanovski, without a shadow of a doubt. He won it 5 times. But the greatest strong man of all time is Zavickas. Big Z. He won Arnold Strongman, I think 12 times he won it. He's without a shadow of a doubt the greatest strongman that's ever been, never will be. To a total different level than anybody on the fucking planet. Anyone could be a million fucking strong men. Bill Kazmaier was really good. Bill Kazmaier actually trained in the gym. I trained him, and I missed him by 10 minutes. He trained with Eddie Elwood in the gym. He trained deadlifted, did 6 plates each end in Moore's gym in Stockton. But I trained in the gym when Tom Platt was there. And Tom Platt was Bousfield Lane Gym. Eddie Elwood's mate. Denny Earl's got it now. Kev Kilty tells a story. Yeah, that's going on. That's going on tomorrow, where Boyle's been saying, I've been calling Paul Massey. It's got 632 likes about Paul Massey. And we never called Paul Massey. I never called no fucker. Things like that. I only called people like Sykes, who was a nonce. So Paul Massey was a legend. Paul Massey was like I am in this area in Manchester, Salford. Kevin Newell and Maureen Kilty went up with Monkey Island. She's married to him. The Terminator was brilliant yet. So he's been with Maureen for years. I seen him on the Ricker Seafront about 10, 15 years ago. And I was in jail with Monkey Island. He was a fucking dangerous lad. Really could fight for fun. But he was dangerous with weapons and fucking handguns and stuff. He was an extremely dangerous person. His best friend, he was in jail with Paul Massey, and Paul Massey and they were fighting. And a loyal lad, about 20 lads, jumped him. So he's come and helped him, knocked 2 or 3 lads out, Paul Lyons and Paul Massey, and best of brothers forever then. So everywhere he went, they were the best of friends in the jail. So he was Paul Massey's best man, Monkey Lions. Now that stupid little fat, greasy pig of a fucking divvy cunt, tramp, smelly little bastard. I always call him Paul Massey, but I know Paul Massey's brother, Eddie Massey, was in fucking jail with him. So you see how Jesus works? You fucking little freak. Little freak. You call yourself a little freak. Well, you were a fucking freak. So I was in jail with these. I was in Haverick with him. And we used to meet Paul Massey's brother, Eddie, used to sit in the meal with me. And we used to train in the gym. We used to go in the back and used to fucking watch the football because he was on a lot of Liverpool at it was 1995, 96 where Man U won the double in 95 and 96, and Eddie went, I'll have a double, big fella. I'll take the piss out of the Manchester lads because I think Eddie Cantona scored the goal. Anyway, fucking, I was in there with them, but he didn't know this fat fucking pie shop. They had like a pie shop. So he didn't know I knew Paul Massey. So Manchester lads, I know them as well. I'm in the gangsters the underworld with them. So there's a big bit in the book where Paul Massey and they've all got BMWs. I remember when we used to have one, three series, convertible, beautiful cars, and they're all sat there in the cars. And if there was a picture with them, I'm in the same book with them. I'm Tyson Fury's in one page, and I'm in the next page, but I'm in two parts of the book where Tyson Fury's in one. So I'm in that book. It's called Faces of the Underworld, about the biggest 50 gangsters of all time. So dippy little cranks trying to put me down. But people have come on and said, "Who the fuck's Jamie Boyle?" So the bit on my thing asking, and it's people from Salford asking about him. So the Manchester lads now were fucking fuming with him because I've sent them the video I did, which you'll all see the next few days. Tomorrow it'll be up, and you'll see me and Kevin talking about him. Never spoke any. He's going, "Oh, you were calling Paul Massey and the Manchester lads aren't happy with you." And then he put, "Oh, you've got skunk in your loft and you're bringing it down in 4 weeks. And you've got a big skunk farm in your garage just to try and get me raided, you daft little cunt. So I'll open my garage tomorrow. And you can go in there, I'll open me from the loft tomorrow and go up there. But I can't go up after get Bobby, get some ladders and put a fucking torch up and you'll see, fuck all, you daft little cunt. Divvy little tramp. Smacked out your head every night, you fucking dirty, filthy fucking little, shagging little rent boys, you dirty, filthy bastard. Absolute filthy fucking animal. Animal, yeah, beast. Fucking beast. Little weirdo, that's what he calls himself. And God sent, and this is me supposed to be, and Jesus sent the little weirdo Jamie Boyle on for me to help me build my career and give me a platform what I needed to stand on. Platform. Fucking platform. What platform? Connor, that was a good film. Connor, yeah, I like that. He's in it, and he fucking Jason Strachan, I think it is. No, it isn't Jason Strachan, is it? He's trying to get back for his kid. That was him, good looking lad, black hair. I can't remember his name now. Yeah, I can't remember his fucking name. Cage, that's it. Yeah, Cage. He's in it. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, great film. That I liked it. He's in it, and he like a fucking like Silence of the Lambs, and he's the fucking bloke in it where he's killing people. He cuts the head off the woman and drives all the way back through for 3 counties with a woman's head on his lap or something. Proper cracker, Junior, fucking terrible film in it. Oh, it's awful in it. Fucking rubbish. Running Man, yeah, I didn't write that one, mate. Predator, yeah, Predator. I loved. Well, did you know the Predator? If I'm right, I might not be right, but I'm sure I'm right. Was fucking Van Damme was going to be the Predator? It dressed up as the Predator. Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he knocked it back. He didn't do it. He was going to be the Predator dressed up. The film was made for the Predator, but he was the man in the suit dressed up as a Predator, and he knocked it back. If you have a look, you'll see. Raw Deal. Yeah, that was good. That was the one where he was Russian, wasn't it, Raw Deal? Commando was the one where he's in it with the black lad in with the bald head, the big lad, where he's in the first Predator one. He's in it with him, and he's in the same film a couple of times with him. Razor. Yeah, that's quite good, Razor. The first Terminator, yeah, that was the best one, the first one. I went to see that with Mark Lenny in Redcar. Yeah, I scored Mark Lenny was Mr. Britain. Trained with him for the show and helped him to win the show. And he's telling me about training. This stuff couldn't have trained with fucking Bertel Fox. I've trained with fucking what do you call it? Fucking Tom Platts and Marlon Darton and Tim Belknap and fucking world champion fucking trainers, world class fucking bodybuilders. Met loads of them over the years. Met Dorian Yates, people like that, and he's telling me about bodybuilding. The daft little, what does he know about bodybuilding? Well, how did I squat 800 over? No one else has squatted over 800 pounds on the ever, and no one else has bent 6 fucking plates each end for reps and did 6.5 plates for 2 reps each end. No one could even fucking deadlift that probably. And he's telling me about training that. If you would have seen the fucking state of you, fucking tramp. You look like a fucking tramp. Tramps are us. calling people's name, calling people's. You just fucking face off was good for them. Yeah, I like that. Calling their face off. I'm Castor Troy. I'm Castor Troy. That was it. That was a good one. Yeah, Sean Connery was. Yeah, Sean Connery was a builder when he built it. He was from Scotland, obviously. He was all right in there when he came down. Bill, I can't remember his name now. Bill something he was called. English, and he said I stood next to him. He said I just packed in. Yeah, he was a builder. He only went in the one show. Mr. Universe it was in London. I can't remember the bodybuilder's name. Bill something. Fucking destroyed. He said I thought I was good. When he went up against them, it's just a different league. 20 people that live in a village. I'm the best fighter in the village. There's only 30 people in the village. Out of the 30 people, there's only 4 people can fight. And then they come to a fucking town or something, or a city, and they get fucking annihilated. Totally different game. Living in a village to a fucking town, living in a town to a fucking city. Totally different. Right, I'm going to shoot, guys. My back's killing me. I'm going to have something to eat. Emma's got some lovely food. Thank you, everyone, for tonight. I'll get that, Steve. Yeah, then Steve's going to piss himself and read it to him. Yeah, I was doing really well with my career, making good money as a boxer. So he's talking about himself again in the book. Instead of being me, it's about him. It's about him. It's about him. It's about every book he's got about him. You know, the subject is like the person. So if I did a book on someone, I would say, in my life, I've fought certain people, but the person I'm writing a book about is a different level. Or in my life, I've known bodybuilders, but the best one I know would say Bertel Fox or something. So it's about Bertel, and but he has to be about him. It's all about him all the time. Me, I'm Daniel. Man, Daniel. I don't fucking Doyle, you're all right. I fucking Doyle. You've done a runner. You shit yourself. I'm an old fucking man. You didn't even fight me, you fucking shitbag. You hide out the way. I'm riding around in my own town, in my own area still. Lived here since 1994. I'm still here. 93, sorry. I've been here 30 years, over 30 years. You've got a couple of windows smashed. You've got your car smashed. And you've ran like a little girl. You've hid. Please put me in a safe house. Please, officer. Please, I'm scared. I'm frightened. Couple's calling me tinfoil. Please. Please. So, can you imagine him making money when he's scared of the word tinfoil? What? Well, in the red corner, we've got the taxman. In the blue corner, we've got tinfoil. I don't want to fight him. Halfway through the fucking day, just as you get I'm not fighting him. Can I phone the police? No, time out. What's the matter with the ref? Can I phone the police? He's beat me up. He'd have me arrested in the ring, wouldn't he? Brian Cockles beat me up. I'm in the ring. He's beat me up. Fucking shit out. Never had a fight in your fucking life. Absolute Doyle. You're laughing stock. So the Manchester lads, I've given all the heads up. I've sent the stuff you sent, the little shitty comments, and they've been warned now. So when you go there, they'll give you a lovely meeting. They said, because he's trying to make up and saying I was calling Paul Massey. When you watch the video, not a fucking word bad about the lad. Sad, we were like upset about it and everything, you know, because I knew his family and everything. He's trying to make me look the baddie, and you've just made yourselves look a fucking clown again, because the video's all about me and Kevin talking about and saying, oh, what a wonderful. Kevin said when he was there at the funeral, he said about 40, 50, 60 people come, all about 70, 80-year-old, and they were kissing the coffin and touching it and saying, well, rest, God rest you. People at Paul had helped, but like say, if I'm an adult, it'll probably happen, Kevin said, because you've helped that many old people over the years that come there and pay your respects by, saying goodbye to you. But that cunt, saying I'm calling Paul, never said a word about him. And Paul, Kevin knows a lot more about him because Maureen's his sister was married to Monkey Lions, who was Paul Massey's best man and best friend on the planet, best friends for years. The Vickers, you're right, mate. The Vickers. He's the man, Big Z. He's fucking unbelievable. Lithuania, I think he is. Fucking unbelievable. And he's a fucking MP or something like that, or a mayor. He's really clever. Fucking strong. I've never seen anyone in my life as strong as him. Good crack, right? Yeah, it was Daz. So listen, guys, I'm going to shoot. I'm really hungry now. And I love you all. Okay, guys, you have a great day tomorrow. I'll see you again soon. Think positive, you be positive, and nothing's as bad as you think it's going to be, because you always think of the worst. So try and think of the best things. If you get depressed, just keep saying it's going to go. It's just like a storm. A storm comes and a storm goes. Depression's the same. Just keep saying it's going to go, so it's going to go, and it will go. Yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. God bless you. Thank you. Blessed. I'm blessed to have you watch me every time I come on. Thank you very much. I'm fucking useless with this. What the fuck you push out? I'm pushing it this way and pushing it that way. It fucking drives me mental, honest. Because it does me head in. Sometimes I just do it. Press go. Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, where's it? There. Right. I'm going to do that last bit. That's it. Up. Yes, I've done it.